Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, what we're going to talk about this morning is a interesting scenario. We've got betrayal from Republicans, two of them specifically. They are named in this here video. We also have Democrats who saw the light or saw self-preservation and voted against the AWB in the House. And at the exact same time, you have those same Democrats warning the Democratic caucus that this was carnage last time we did this, and they went ahead anyway. I'm going to walk you through the entire thing. This is a video you do not want to miss. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and if you are new, we would love to have you in the fold. We need to get as many people as possible in the subscription list because we can get information out to you quickly and efficiently to further our Second Amendment rights. Now with that, this video is a sponsored video, which is why it's going to be a little bit longer. It allows me to do that. And this ad is one of the best ways to get a little pokey poke at the woke people in your life. Cannot wait to show you this. Established titles. Let's get it. You guys heard of the castle doctrine? Well, with this sponsor, we're going to take it to the next level. And if you are defending your castle with something more traditional that looks like this, or maybe something a little more modern that looks like this, Established Titles gives you the ability to call yourself Lord or Lady while defending your castle. Now, the title packs give you 1 square foot of established land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest like you see right here. You may all refer to me now as Lord Braden. Thank you in advance. Your certificate features a unique plot number with which you can see the exact location of your land. And if you're one of the first 200 to use the link in the description box below, we can create our own little LOA kingdom near my personal plot. It makes a great last minute gift. They even have couple packs that come with adjoining plots of land in said fiefdom. They plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, one tree planted and trees to the future to support global reforestation efforts. My personal favorite reason to do this? You could officially change your name to Lord or Lady, so anything woke will have to address you by your proper title, which will send them into the next dimension, which might be worth it by itself. And you can get on that credit card, and you can even put it on your dating profiles. It makes an amazing last-minute gift. Establishment Titles is actually running a massive sale right now. Plus, if you use the code Langley, you get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/Langley to get your gifts now and help support the channel. And thank you so much in advance for checking it out. All right, so now let's get into the content here, guys. We've got Republicans, betrayal, and it's not good look. Then we got Democrats who either saw the light or they are worried about their own political careers. And then you've got the leadership of the parties. We are going to dive into all of it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's get it. All right, here's the article we're referencing today. These are the House lawmakers who bucked their parties on assault weapons ban. So again, you're going Republicans and you're going Democrats. We all need to know it. It needs to be on record. Let's start this process. Now, I'm sure you guys are aware the House narrowly passed a bill to ban assault weapons on Friday, with 5 Democrats and 2 Republicans bucking their respective parties in their votes on the measure. The legislation, dubbed the Assault Weapons Ban of 2022, passed in a 217 to 213 vote, and 1 Republican did not vote. Now, what I want to say at the front end of this video is, had these 2 Republicans not bailed and jumped ship and betrayed all of us, this bill would not have made it out of the House. It would have been a massive L for Pelosi and the Democrats, and it would have gone nowhere. But because they went ahead and did that, it did not work out for the Republicans in this case. Check this out. And every other Republican who happens to be watching this holding political office or will want to hold political office, take note of what happened here. All right, so let's start with the Democrats. First of all, 5 Democrats opposed the bill, despite the fact that an assault weapon ban was a top priority for the party as the year inches closer to the midterm elections. Again, there's that election influence, but here's the people. Representatives Henry Cuellar, Democrat, Texas; Jared Golden, Democrat, Maine; Vicente Gonzalez, Democrat, Texas; Kurt Schrader, Democrat, Oregon; and Ron Kine, Democrat of Wisconsin. They all voted no. Now, my gut doesn't tell me that they all of a sudden become Second Amendment advocates. My gut more so tells me that they were in tight, contentious races and they know it would hurt them and they would lose. Self-preservation has a big factor to play here, but let's keep going. I want to show you what a few of the Democratic reps either said, they're thinking, and here we go. And then we'll get to those Republicans. Oh, those RINOs, they're going to get it, including the leadership. Anyway, enough of that. Golden voted against the rule for the bill on Friday, a signal that he opposed the legislation. Now, he's talking about H.R. 1300, which would make them expedite the whole vote. He has also objected to a number of firearm-related bills in the past, including a measure to nationalize red flag laws, a bipartisan gun safety bill that passed through the Senate and was signed into law in a firearm package that, among other measures, would have raised the minimum age to buy a semi-automatic weapon from 18 to 21. So this guy is a hardline no on gun control. My gut is he's from a district that's very purple and very popular with firearms. That's my gut there, for him to oppose those things in the Democratic caucus. Well, now let's talk about Cuellar. Last month, he signaled he would not vote for the bill, saying, "I don't believe in bans on weapons. Do I believe in certain restrictions? Yes, but a ban on guns, no." So, again, probably purple. Gonzalez also voted against the rule for the assault weapons ban on Friday, a signal that he would likely object to the measure when it came to the floor for a final vote. In a statement Friday evening, the Texas Democrat said a ban on some assault weapon models will do nothing to reduce overall risk, noting that millions of assault rifles are already in circulation in the U.S. He's actually got a very valid point. If your whole point is assault weapons cause carnage and they cause problems, if you're doing a ban on future purchases, it does nothing to the millions that are already in circulation. It literally does nothing on the base level of logic. Even this Democrat from Texas is figuring that out. But let's keep going, because now we got to talk about Schrader, and then the Republicans are coming. Oh, buckle up for that one. Schrader was a third Democrat who voted against the rule on Friday, and he voiced reservations with assault weapon bans before then. Quote, he suggested to Politico last week that the bill was on the death wish list for Democrats, pointing to the Republican victory in the '94 midterm elections after then-President Clinton signed an assault weapons ban. Now, he's actually on point. This guy is pointing out to Politico and all the lefties and all the Democrats saying, hey guys, last time you tried to infringe on the Second Amendment rights and you did an assault weapons ban, you had carnage in the '94 midterm elections. My bet, you're going to have the exact same thing happen this time around in 2022, and it's going to backfire on Pelosi and the Dems in a royal way, particularly around purple areas. But that's just my thing. He also says some more. Quote, this is a bill that destroyed the Democrats in '94. I guess, do we really have a death wish list as Democrats, Schrader said. So he's actually seeing the forest. He can actually see what's going on. So I think he's onto something, but let's continue. Quote, it undermines what we already did and reemphasizes to all people in America that there are not hardcore urban Democrats that our party's out of touch, he told the outlet. Basically saying, you guys are going so far to the left that you're leaving everyday gun-owning Democrats in the middle behind. And that's exactly what they've done here. And that's why it's going to backfire. But we're getting on to the Republicans now. Get the spicy popcorn ready, because we've got to talk about some stuff. We've got individual reps. We've got House representative leaders not doing their job. Oh, let me know what you think. All right. Now on the Republican side, leadership recommended that members of the conference vote no on the bill, according to a GOP congressional aide. That urging, however, did not stop Representatives Brian Fitzpatrick from Pennsylvania and Chris Jacobs from New York for supporting the legislation. Okay, I'm going to get to them in a second. Congressional leadership urged them to say no, recommended them to say no? Recommended. McCarthy, you recommended? Scalise, you recommended? You didn't put your thumb on them and go, hey, remember that constitutional oath that you have? Yeah, you remember that holding chestnut? Yeah, this is going to violate that. Hey, you want to get primaried? Hey, do you want to withdraw all committee nominations? Do you want all of these things? You better not do this. No. I recommend you don't do that. Oh, that's cute. Thanks, McCarthy. All right, we're going to get to him again in a second. In a statement following Friday's vote, Jacobs, this is the New York Democrat, or Republican, Democrat, Jacobs said that while he supports the Second Amendment and the right to self-defense, he is not in favor of, quote, easy access to high-powered semi-automatic weapons and large-capacity magazines that have time and time again resulted in mass casualty shootings. So, I completely support the Second Amendment, insert Democratic talking point right here. This is the exact same guy who got his nomination for his re-election completely withdrawn because he sided with gun control. So this was not a surprise. I knew this one was going to happen, so did you guys. The next one, though, we're going to get that in a second. Jacobs' vote does not come as a surprise. The New York Democrat announced in May that he would support... The New York Republican announced in May that he would support an assault weapons ban, sparking outrage within his party. 1 week later, the congressman said he would not seek a second term in the House. That's because he violated one of the tenets of his oath and the Second Amendment, and he went against his constituency. He's toast. Other Republicans, take note of this. This next guy we're about to talk about, take note of this. You do not do this on the Second Amendment. Make that real clear. And Republican leadership, this is not about, I recommend you not do this. Flex your muscle. Anyway. During the vote on Friday, Jacobs said House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy approached him in the speaker's lobby to point out how close the final tally would be. Asked by the Hill if leadership was trying to convince him to change his vote, Jacobs said, quote, "It wasn't like heavy duty. They were just pointing out how close it was." Okay, so yeah, it's really close. By the way, don't do it. It's real simple. You're the minority leader. Flex your muscle a little bit. Don't vote for this. It is a constitutional infringement. It is stepping all over Americans' rights. This is not something that is popular with the vast majority of Americans. Do not do this and give the Democrats a win to go home and election campaign all day long by how they passed an assault weapons ban. You dunce. That's probably what could have been said. But anyway, let's keep going because leadership just didn't do it. Now, this is the other guy, Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick told The Hill that McCarthy and House Minority Whip Steve Scalise did not approach him during the vote. Quote, "They know I do my own thing," he said. "I've developed that reputation." Oh, you're such a Billy Bad-A. You do your own thing. You're a maverick amongst the people. Or you're a RINO who stepped on the Second Amendment rights of an American population because I've developed that reputation. No one gets near me. They don't really talk to me. I do my own thing. Man, you are so hard. Oh. Now, I'm going to point something else out. McCarthy and Scalise didn't even talk to him. You didn't even bring it up. Say, "Hey, I know you do your own thing, Billy Bad-A, but we're going to need you not to do this." "Well, I do my own thing. I'm my own man." That's great. Be your own man on no committee memberships, no committee accountability, no appointments to any committees. Why don't we start with that, Mr. I do my own thing? Yeah, well, do your own thing in your own party. Anyway, let's keep going. Last thing. If two Republicans had voted with their party in the final vote, they may have tied the vote to 215 to 215, preventing Democrats from getting to the 216 vote threshold they needed to pass the bill. One Republican didn't vote. Okay, so we literally missed this by two individual votes, both of which were Republicans. One who is a Democrat who got ousted by his own party and didn't even primary and withdrew his nomination because he lost all support because of Second Amendment failures. And the other is Billy Bad-A. He's so hard, I do my own thing. They don't really talk to me. They know my life. Okay, bro, sit down. But that's what we got, guys. We've got two Republicans who completely abandoned ship. You have five Democrats who see the writing on the wall, warning the entire Democratic Party, this is going to kill you, so please don't do this. And you had Republican leadership either suggesting that it was going to be a close vote and not putting any pressure on, or not talking to the really super hard guy, Fitzpatrick from Pennsylvania. So tough, so hard. And that's what I've got for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden. See you later.